this PowerPoint, we are going to talk about what a spreadsheet actually is. In essence, a spreadsheet is nothing more than a program that allows you to calculate data. It actually comes from a historical perspective where in the past, prior to computers, a ledger or workbook was kept to keep up with financial data. Folks would actually enter in numbers. They would do their calculations by scratch on paper and would then manually write down the answers they would find. If a mistake was made, they would have to go back, erase, and make those corrections. A spreadsheet is nothing more than a computerized version of the same ledger or workbook. The only difference is the computer does all the work for you. A traditional spreadsheet is made up of rows and columns. You'll notice here that we have the letter A, and then over here the letter 1. Columns are indicated by a letter, rows are indicated by a number. Some of the uses for spreadsheets really vary. Schools use it for grades, payroll, dealing with classes, schedules. For your personal use, you could use it to keep up with your checkbook, expenses, your investments, taxes, anything budget information. Sports folks may use it to come up with team statistics, budgets, but they are a primary software package in business. Most businesses use them to take care of payroll, investments, inventory, their sales data, their suppliers, their delivery, all of that type of information. Before we actually get into Excel itself, we need to understand some terms. The first is an active cell, and that is the cell that's ready for you to key something in. The next is alignment, and that is really the same as it was in Word. It deals primarily with left, center, and right alignment. The difference is that certain types of data in a spreadsheet should be aligned in a certain way. For example, labels should be left aligned while values or numbers should be right aligned. A cell is the intersection of a row or a column, and it is identified by what we call a cell reference, and in just a little bit we'll talk about that. A cell range is a group of cells. For example, if I said A1 through C1, that would include all of the cells in that range. The cell reference we talked about a second ago is the intersection of a column and a row. For example, B12, that's column B, row 12. Based on that, your columns are identified, like we said earlier, by a letter. Another set of terms you need to understand are formula and function. A formula is an equation that does a mathematical calculation, but it's something that you have to key in. You have to understand the math behind it. Notice that it starts with an equal symbol. All formulas and functions start with an equal symbol. A function is similar to a formula in that it does a calculation. The difference is this is something that's preset. It's kind of a shortcut. For example, if you wanted to average numbers, it would already be set up to take care of that for you. Here we have a sample spreadsheet. Notice that when we talked about a range, in this case B4 through B8, that refers to B4 starting here, including all of the cells down through B8. Down here at the bottom, we have a cell that has our total cost, and in this particular case, it will include a formula or a function. In this example, it is a sum. It's adding B4 through B8. Some other terms that you need to keep in mind are labels. In a spreadsheet, you're going to have data that is text-based that really doesn't have anything to do with the calculations, and we refer to those as labels. Rows, we've talked about that a little bit already. Those are identified by numbers on the left side of the spreadsheet. A spreadsheet itself, like we said in the beginning, is nothing more than an electronic workbook or ledger. It allows you to use rows and columns of data to do some calculations, to predict and present the information in a usable format. A value is a number entered into a spreadsheet that will be used for calculations. Taking a look here, a cell is an intersection of a row and a column. So coming down, B3, column B, row 3, the word cost is located in the cell B3. Everything that you see here, birthday gifts, gift, cost, all of these items here, total cost, those are referred to as labels. All of these numbers here are referred to as values, and this one down here, like we talked about a little bit before, is a formula or a function.